Hi guys and welcome back to another video. You join me today for a really quick intro because as you can probably tell by the wind in my hair and possibly the wind noise, the weather has took a massive turn for the worst and there is a storm incoming right now. So I hope that I'll be able to get this intro out of the way and get some filming done before it starts absolutely shitting it down. We're here today to film a quick car vlog on the topic of cars that have newly come out and our first impressions on them. G has no idea of the topic that we're doing today and I've kept it secret from him so we can get our true first impressions. Should be interesting for someone who, self-proclaimed, knows nothing about cars. But I'm going to get out the wind because it's absolutely freezing here, so I'm going to hop in the car and we're going to talk about some of these cars.
You haven't prepped me.
I haven't prepped you because I want your proper first impressions today.
Okay.
Because today you were on about newly released cars and our first impressions on them. So I haven't told you because otherwise you'd already know about them. So we're going to start today's one off with the main car in question that will probably be thumbnail and title for the video. We're going to be talking about, if I can name up my phone, this car here. The new Ferrari SP1 Monza.
Right.
So this car is based off the 812 Superfast.
Right.
And very little information has been released on it. I bet we should probably start driving because this is a car vlog. We're going to go left. House behind us, Daniel Craig's house, who was James Bond in many James Bond movies, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that is the new released Ferrari, based off the 812 Superfast, but little information's actually been released on it. There were not many proper images released until a long time after the launch. There were a lot of press images beforehand, and it is starting to rain, so I'm glad I filmed that intro just beforehand. But as I was saying, it's based off the 812 Superfast. They're saying it'll be the last non-turbocharged limited production Ferrari, and I personally think that looks amazing. What are your thoughts on it?
I hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think it looks nice at all.
I think it looks cool because I absolutely love the Mercedes Sterling Moss. That thing to me is so iconic and so brilliant, and it's kind of Ferrari's version of that, linking to their racing history, which of course they have a lot more of than Mercedes. Wow, an ambulance on these tight country roads, bloody hell. Always a drama.
Didn't say thank you, did it?
No, what a prick. Oh, well, now we've got another car swinging round. Bloody hell. But yeah, Ferrari have a lot more racing history, so I think to them it means a lot more. But that car has so many names. I've heard it called the 812 SP1 Monza, the SP1 Monza, just called the SP1. It's got a load of names because.
So does it not have like an official name yet, or? I
think it's called the SP1 Monza because it's based off the 812. People are calling it the 812 SP1.
Right.
Monza.
Okay.
Oh, you've got trees in the middle of the road now, on the wrong side of the road. What a nightmare. But to me, that car is really, really cool. But if you unlock my phone again and swipe to the next image, that is the rear of the car. Does that change any impressions of it?
No. That's worse. That's horrible.
Swipe to the next one. That was also released with it, the SP2 Monza, which personally is a car that I would have. The SP2 Monza is the two-seater variant of it. I don't know why you'd want the SP1 unless you're a very lonely person. Also, we're under a bridge. There we go. That's going to be some weird looking footage of me leaning over. I don't even know if I'll be in shot. But the SP2 Monza is the two-seater variant, which to me makes a lot more sense and is more practical in terms of however practical a two-seater race car can get. Wow, race-inspired car. But apparently, and this is the problem that I have with the car, there's going to be 200 variants of it. So I'm guessing 100 SP1s and 100 SP2s.
Yeah.
Which to me is way too many. I don't know how many Sterling Mosses were made, but I think it was about 25, something like that. Which would seem like a more suitable number, but I think the problem is with Ferrari, they've got too many clients now that have a lot of cars that are really like indulged in the brand. So I think that's the problem, and that's why they've released so many of these Monzas. But they are awesome cars. There's also a picture of the rear of the SP2 or the top. It's just a good looking car.
I think that this one, the SP2, I think it looks like a little bullet.
A little bullet. That is a good way of describing it. You can tell it's inspired by the 812 though, based on the same chassis. just simply due to the front end and sort of the size of the car. So I think it would be really cool to see some of those. So I'm hoping that some London collectors have them, which I'm guessing they will, because there's some big clients based in London. So hopefully we'll be able to see one at some point. But as well, before we move on to the next car, that car is going to be £1.3 million.
Oh my god.
Which is why I think they should make less numbers, because the Ferrari was about $1 million when it came out.
Yeah.
So I definitely think they should make less numbers and raise the price tag, and then it would be a lot more limited and be a lot cooler.
Because no one will be able to afford them.
And no one will be able to afford it, yeah. So that's why it would be a more limited edition. Right, do you want to move on to the next car?
Okay. Right.
So this is the Bugatti Divo. I'm sure I've shown you a picture of the Divo.
I think I have seen a picture.
But obviously we haven't seen it because it was only been released in Monterey.
I prefer it to the other one we just looked at. It's not my favourite.
I really don't know where we're going, by the way. Just kind of winging it a bit. It's not your favourite?
No.
What do you prefer, the Chiron or the Divo?
Chiron.
Yeah, same here. I think the Chiron has a lot more... Well, it's a lot sleeker. The Divo is obviously a lot more hardcore looking.
Yeah, it looks
anyway.
quite like scary.
Yeah, they've gone for a more menacing approach to it.
Yeah.
I think in the world there's got to be 40 Divos priced at 5.8 million each, which is a big old price tag. It's just standard Chiron will set you back about, spec dependent, about 2 to 2.5 million. So it's about over double the price tag, which to me seems way too expensive.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
For what is essentially just a Bugatti. But of course it is. Well, yeah, just a Bugatti. But it is the top thing to buy at the moment. But what I find really crazy about the Divo is that they're selling it to non-Bugatti clients, as well as Bugatti clients, of course. I've heard that the guy who owns Book 1, 2 and 3, he's also got a Divo on order. That's what I've heard anyway, which makes sense because the guy's heavily invested in Bugatti.
Yeah.
But I know that Solomondrin was offered a Divo. He flew out to Manhattan Motor Cars to go and have a look at it, and he has not owned a Veyron, a Chiron, any Bugatti in his life. So it is very weird that they're offering it to non-Bugatti clients, considering it's their top tier car.
Yeah, they'd want to sort of keep it like exclusive.
Exclusive, yeah. But it does make sense, I feel, that they are making the Divo, because brands like Lamborghini and Ferrari have done variants of their car so well, such as the SP1 Monza. That's a variant of the 812 Superfast.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's done well, but
but I think they've done that well anyway. And like the Reventon is based off the Murcielago, and Sesto Elemento is based off the Gallardo. So I think it makes sense for Bugatti to also do the same and basically sponge money off an already existing car. But yeah, to fit that in the nicest way possible, that's what they're doing. But in my opinion, the back, the next photo, is the best part of the Divo. I don't know if you've seen the back before.
No, I haven't. I've just seen
I think you had, no. The back is very, very nice, and it's starting to properly rain now. Yeah, it is very cool. It looks a lot better than standard Chiron, I think, with the light going across. This one being split, sort of kind of like the Veyron with the two lights at the side again. But it does look very, very nice. Now I don't know what the next car is. Aventador SVJ. Look, you even know what it is. How would you know? You haven't? Well, not in person.
No,
but you've seen
person,
pictures of
I've
it.
seen pictures of it, yeah.
So the SVJ, seeing that Blenheim Palace was very special. I thought that car looked pretty awesome. I know it's kind of a controversial sort of design because it's still an Aventador, which I don't understand why they're still making more variants of the Aventador. The original car was released in 2011.
Right.
So it's an old car now.
Yeah.
Most manufacturers would have moved on, but Lamborghini is still at it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Is that for a wedding?
I don't know, and I like there's old people in it, so...
Oh, people can get married.
No, but like loads of them.
Whole colony of them. But no, I think the SVJ is a very, very good looking car. Yeah, I especially love the back.
I haven't seen it in this colour.
No, because it's only really been...
I've only seen
green.
The green.
Has been publicised. But I think the problem with the SVJ is the numbers are being released of it. There's way too many. There's I think 500 coupes, 500 roadsters. Roadsters yet to be announced, but it is being announced imminently. So 500 of each. And then you've also got the 63 edition. There's going to be 63 of them. So that's 1,063 cars just straight off the bat. And that is another 63 years of Lamborghini, potentially.
Right.
So that to me is way too many cars. But it will be cool to see some of those. I'm sure they'll be as common as SVs in London, which will be cool to see. But in terms of looks, what are your thoughts on it?
I like it. I like the wing.
Yeah, the wing is very cool. Is that it?
I only like the wing, that's it.
Just the wing. With a wing.
I do have to say, I prefer it seeing it in the red than the green, but I think that's just because I don't really like that kind of green on the car.
That's fair. I'm really trying to not use the wipers because I know how noisy they are. My wipers on this car are awful. But what I do find very weird about the SVJ, well, not weird, but more shocking, is that it's the fastest car around the Nürburgring.
Really?
And that circuit is very tight, very twisty. You have to have a lot of downforce, you have to have a lot of control.
Yeah. Really,
to get around that track quickly. And that I do find, let's go. That I do find amazing that it's been held by an Aventador, because traditionally they are slow, heavy cars that really can't corner very well. But I think the thing is, the Performante is the third fastest around the ring, so really they had to beat that with their Aventador, because it is the next version up from the Huracan. But to beat the GT2 RS with the SVJ is just incredible, because the 2RS, you look at it and like, that's a track weapon. You look at the SVJ and it's more of a toy, in my opinion.
Then I think this also looks like a bit scary, like we were saying with the
Devo.
With the Devo, it looks more, I don't know, like intimidating than just the standard one.
But what is going to be interesting is I've read up this morning actually that McLaren are going to be potentially taking their Senna to the ring. Right. I know they've said they're not interested at all. They don't care about records. Their car kind of proves itself. Yeah. It proves how fast it is itself, which is fair enough. It is a very, very quick car, and that has been seen by a lot of footage. But apparently they're going to take that to the ring, and I reckon that's going to wipe the floor of the SVJ. That the Senna's faster, lighter, and it's got double the amount of downforce. So it should, in theory, wipe the floor with it. Yeah. So that would be cool if they actually take it to see what sort of time that thing pulls off. What is the next one? Senna. Oh, it is the Senna.
The Senna.
So that is a good way to transition onto the Senna. So what are your thoughts on the Senna?
When I saw it, when we first walked into the Supercar paddock at
Festival Speed, yeah.
I didn't like it at all.
I struggled to like it.
But then when we were talking to everyone there, they were like, oh, when we first saw pictures, we didn't like it.
Oh, there is a Porsche behind. What is that? It has been lowered and modified. I really don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but that is awesome. It looks like a Cayman with a roll cage on bags. That is sick. But yeah, carry on.
I was talking there.
Carry on.
Yeah, loads of people said that when they first saw it, they didn't like it. And then I've grown to like it. Yeah. And seeing it go up the hill.
That's when you sort of appreciate why it looks that way.
Yeah. I think it is cool, but I prefer it in grey.
Like we saw in the performance parking.
Yeah.
That was cool, yeah, sort of a matte black grey sort of colour.
Yeah,
it did look good. Yeah.
That.
What I want to see is, there was one at Monterey Car Week. I don't know if I showed you a picture in green with black running through the middle. That looked amazing. That's what I really want to see.
Yeah.
What I find amazing though is that car was at Topaz Detail in London. There's so many cars that go through that place that we just don't get to see, and go straight off to America, you know, the UAE, loads of places. I just wish that we had sort of exclusive access in there all the time. The amount of stuff that goes through that place is just incredible.
Boring.
Boring, yeah. been going for 15 minutes. You're already bored.
Joking.
Now this is a car that I thought you would be excited to talk about. Now this is the Apollo IE, obviously. But now that customers have kind of been announced as to buying them, people have been releasing their specs.
So this is what someone will actually have?
Potentially.
Right.
This is...
Got more pictures?
One more, I think.
I don't know if you had like another one of the different...
Oh, right. No. So this is Fast Guns and Cars, the one who owns the Koenigsegg Agera ML that we saw at Goodwood, the yellow and red one.
Oh, I thought it was going to be more...
Yellow and red.
Yellow, yeah.
So did I. But he's been reposting this. And I hope that this will be his car. The person who's made this, it's actually a scale model, but this has been reposted by Fast Guns and Cars. The guy who makes the scale models actually makes scale models of real people's cars. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put the wipers on because I really can't see now. It's going to get noisy, annoyingly. But the person who makes the scale model makes scale models of real cars, so I'm thinking this has been commissioned by Fast Guns and Cars to show what it will look like, but it looks so good. All the black accents as well.
Yeah,
gold
I really
rims.
like it.
I actually think that's better than purple.
No.
I actually do, and that is like, yeah, that's a big old statement, because purple is...
It's not better than
class.
purple. But then also I don't like the gold rims because I don't, it's...
Oh, you don't like
it's
them?
not the same as the gold
it's not
on the
purple.
car.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. I guess it could be when they actually make it, but that's only a model,
obviously. But from this, it's not the same, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, but I know
I do like it.
a few specs have been released. There's been like grey. There's like a grey one with blue wheels. It just looks a bit crap. So that to me was like, wow, blew me away. Do you know what I mean? You're obsessed with grey cars. Yeah, but grey on an IE was to me a bit crap.
This is so detailed. It's
just a model, yeah. And it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Red interior as well, I think works.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. Surprisingly works.
It also seems like it's what do you call it? It's not just standard gold, it's like...
Oh yeah, it's called like chameleon.
Gold chameleon, yeah.
Gold chameleon, yeah. It looks really, really good.
But there's bits that are like burgundy, not burgundy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know if that's the lighting
it's gold,
or...
It's like gold and purple, kind of, if you know what I mean.
See, no one can get rid of the purple.
No one can get rid of the purple. Purple was the OG. The purple was amazing, to be fair. If anyone's seen the IE, you'll know that that colour just works so well with the carbon. And now we're stuck on a bridge with a bus. Well, a coach. And a squeeze bus. Lovely.
I hate this bridge.
And the rain is really coming down now, isn't it? Right, so there are our first impressions on those cars. And I hope you guys have gone on to enjoy this one. I've absolutely loved doing these car vlogs. Thank you to everyone who suggested topics for today's video.
Yeah, who suggested this one?
Oh, this one was suggested by Car Obsessed and Chester Spot, so thank you so much for that. We have had loads more suggestions, so if you guys do go on to enjoy this one, please make sure to smash it a like, and we will definitely do some more in the future, because we've got loads more topics lined up that are actually really, really interesting, and I'm especially excited to film. So if you have gone on to enjoy this one, please make sure to smash it a like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. You can't even read it.